Hey everyone, so I thought I'd just do a quick preface for this video before we dive into it. Back in May, I did a 45-day Contiki around Europe and including Egypt as well. It was pretty massive, pretty intense, and I actually vlogged the whole thing over on TikTok. So what I've done is I've gone through, downloaded each individual TikTok and just put them together. I think this is going to be like over 40 minutes long, so don't mind my dog whinging in the background. Yeah, this is going to be over like 40 minutes long, and hopefully it'll give you an idea of what Contiki's like, what to expect. I definitely thought I knew what Contiki was going to be like, but it was completely different to what I was expecting after all the videos that I've watched on YouTube. So yeah, hopefully this will just give you a really good idea and keep you company for the next 40 minutes. And just rewatching, there's so many things that I completely forgot about that we did just because it was so chaotic. So this has been really fun for me to watch as well. So I hope you enjoy. If you've got any Contiki questions, please leave them down below. And I'm sorry for the filming ratio. Like I said, this was on TikTok, so it's going to be vertical. But yeah, if you like what you see, I'll leave all my links below and you can go check out my Instagram photos. You can go check out my TikTok as well if you like. All right, and enough of that. Let's dive into the vlogs. Enjoy. All right, guys, Contiki vlog number 1 coming to you live from Paris. So sorry about the raspy voice. Anyway, we started off the early morning at 5:30, jumped on the Contiki bus, got to meet everyone, which was really cool. We saw the White Cliffs of Dover, which are like fascinating. We had to quickly stop and get our passport scanned before we hopped on the ferry. And I just got this little banana loaf snack, which was delicious. And then, yeah, we were on our way to France. The ferry was actually not that bad. They had Starbucks on board, which was very random. And then we were finally in France. We played a fun little speed dating game just to get to know everyone, which is really good. Ordered McDonald's in French. I actually changed it to English. And then I got some gum. We took the metro to go see a cabaret show, which was amazing. Also, here's the Moulin Rouge. Very fun. We then hit up a bar, just got a couple of drinks. And then, yeah, this was a cabaret show. And oh my God, it was amazing. But literally by the time it finished, it was like 12:30 and we were all just wrecked. So I will see you in my next vlog. Bye. Good morning, Contiki fam. So today is our official day in Paris. Silly us, we booked a Contiki when it was Labor Day and everything is shut. So love that. It actually wasn't that busy, which was nice. So what we decided to do was start off on the Champs-Élysées and got some macarons from L'Oderie, which were really nice. Saw the Arc de Triomphe, but couldn't go up it, which sucked. I found a free toilet, which is really rare in Paris, apparently. Stopped off at this little food market under the Eiffel Tower and got a little vegan bowl, which was delicious. And no shit, out of nowhere, this thunderstorm happened and there was like lightning and I was stuck under this ledge with some random Parisians. They felt so sorry for me. And then I was like, bugger it, I need to leg it to the Louvre. Which seriously, I know it wasn't open, but it was like still beautiful, like the entire courtyard. And then we caught the Contiki bus back to the hotel. My vertigo is the worst, guys. Like, I feel so sick. How embarrassing is this? I had to wear these little like anti-nausea bracelets. Oh, so then we just, you know, prepped ourselves for a night ahead. We went up into Montmartre and had a really nice Parisian dinner, walked up these stairs, which absolutely killed me. And we went to this restaurant here, which was really fun and really nice. And this was the menu here if you want to pause and see what it looks like. We had, well, I had French onion soup, this beef stew, and then this really nice chocolate cake in a second. Okay, Michael, there we go. And then to finish the night, of course, we had to go see the Eiffel Tower sparkling. It was magical, guys. And now I'm off to bed with a layer of fake tan and we're off to Switzerland tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, Contiki fam. So it's vlog number 3, starting off the morning in Paris. I wanted to be really comfy on the bus today, so I wore shorts. No regrets. It was time for breakfast. Really loved this continental breakfast. It was amazing. Then we were packed up on the bus and we started our trip to Switzerland. We had a little break here at this service stop. Got way too many snacks. Can't wait to eat them all. I actually found this cookie in the fridge section and it was amazing. Pause to screenshot. These are our extras that you can pay for if you want a rough idea of how much to budget for. And then we had another rest break, which was really nice. I just got another coffee and ordered it in French for the most part. Thank God for Google Translate because it told me what was actually in these sandwiches. And here we have it, crossing over to Switzerland. I have never taken so many videos of mountains before in my life. This is where we're staying tonight. It is absolutely stunning. and just like the camera does not do it justice, I promise. And then it was time for dinner. So we started off with this like Vegemite soy sauce hybrid. It's hard to explain. You put it on bread and it tastes pretty damn good. I was quite happy with it. And then for starters, we had this little light salad, which was actually quite nice. And then this was our main. And then after dinner, I just wanted some time to myself, so I came to look at the view once more. And now I'm sitting here at this stream recording this voiceover. See you in the next vlog. Okay, so I jumped off a cliff today, guys. Oh my god, so welcome to today's Contiki vlog. Start off the morning with a quick breakfast and a little look at this souvenir shop, and then we headed our way up to Jungfrau Mountain. Okay, first of all, there's some stairs, so this kind of killed me. But we boarded the train and headed up. The scenery was just absolutely beautiful. I'm telling you, my entire camera roll is full of mountains and rivers. So after a couple of trains and a couple of gondolas, we finally made it to the top. If you're doing this particular Contiki trip, make sure you bring some gum because your ears will be popping. Anyway, before we knew it, we were at the top and it was just breathtaking. Literally, that's all I can say. It was absolutely amazing. It was not too bad outside, but my shoes definitely got wet. I just did some exploring. There was an ice palace. So this is ice that I'm walking on, and all these sculptures are made out of ice. It's pretty sick. Hello, Scrap. To end things off, we went to the highest point of Europe and look at that scenery. Absolutely amazing. And then I had a pretzel and had pretzel crumbs in my moustache the entire day, and no one told me. Thanks, guys. And then this is the moment, guys. We headed to the cliff that we jumped off. I will be uploading the footage. I went second, so I was very, very brave. Can't wait to show you guys. I'm sure it'll be very embarrassing. And then we just had a light dinner and a couple of beers, and I left my little card here. So if you do this tour, look out for my card. All right, I'm going to bed, guys. All right, Contiki fam, it's our last day in Switzerland today, so I went for one last morning walk through Lauterbrunnen. I went to this cafe here and got a little milk coffee, which is very cute. I mean, look at that scenery. I also saw these tulips as I was walking past, and I've never seen them in real life before, so thought they were very cute. Just had some breakfast and then jumped on the bus, and we were off to France again. I just read a book before we had a stopover in Geneva. Oh my gosh, this place was beautiful, and everyone was so well dressed, and we were all in our activewear, so yeah, a little bit embarrassing, but that's okay. Just went and saw some sights and then went and bought some food to have a little picnic. And then we were back on the bus to head over to Beaujolais, which is where we're staying tonight at the Contiki Chateau. Look at this scenery. Oh my gosh, Europe is so beautiful, guys. You have to visit. And here we are. We've made it to the famous Contiki Chateau. So first of all, this accommodation is actually stunning. Like, look at my view. Oh my god, I'm so lucky. And look at these showers. Actual showers that I don't have to pay money for. Amazing. So once we'd quickly dropped our bags off, it was time for a little wine tasting and just some history about like the Beaujolais wine region. The red wine was absolutely delicious. Then it was time for a light meal and I got a little drink, and then it was time for our costume party. So it was anything starting with the P. I'm a parachute. We also have a potter and we also have a panda, and then we took a cute group photo, and it was time to head down to the Contiki Rave Cave. Here's a list of the drinks that you can get. My favorite is a Smirnoff Ice with a beer poured in it. Don't ask questions. And then I've snuck away to quickly record this vlog before I go down and have another drink. Good night. Hey Contiki fam, so today was a really nice relaxing day at the Contiki Chateau. Look at this view, it's just stunning, I can't get over it. We actually started off today with a little yoga session, which was kind of intense but really needed. Then it was time for some breakfast and much needed coffee. And on today's itinerary, we actually had a beautiful picnic in the French countryside. Contiki stocked us up with some breads and cheeses, and we ended up walking to this little town to have our picnic. Thank you, Ange, for chopping up the bread. I definitely made a wish while I was here. Let's hope it comes true. We just did a little bit of exploring, but as you can see, there's some clouds coming over, so we decided to leg it back before it started to rain. And I thought it'd be a good time to talk about mental health on Contiki. So I'm doing a 45-day trip and it's day 7 and I'm actually already exhausted. Don't be afraid to spend some time by yourself. No one's going to judge you. There were a lot of sore heads this morning. But then in saying that, I had a beer with dinner. It was actually really, really tasty and much needed. But yeah, just a nice chilled day today. See you tomorrow. Good morning, Contiki fam. So today was a bit of a traveling day, so it's going to be kind of boring, but I've got a little quirks I've noticed about Europe section at the end of this video just to fill it in. So today we left the Contiki Chateau. We had a little stopover at this service station and they had this amazing like ham and cheese baguette thing. It was delicious, so I got another one for the road. And then we crossed the border over into Spain. So we are here in Barcelona. Got to see some little sights. We got in quite late though, so we just quickly had some dinner, and then me and a few of the group just went to put some washing on and walk around the streets. I actually love Barcelona. I talk about it in this video, and I'll leave it right here. So I'm here in Barcelona. It is like actually really cool and super stunning, and I'm pretty in love with the place already. We haven't fully explored because we only got in late this afternoon. As you can tell by the vlog, it was a bit of a traveling day. So what I thought I would do is just include at the end of this clip just a few quirks that I've noticed about Europe. So first of all, when you order coffee, it's not actually like a real coffee bean coffee. Pretty much always comes just straight out of a machine. Whatever, it does the trick. Another thing as well is that in their coffee cups, say you get a medium, they only fill it up halfway and the rest is just empty. So that's nice. I've also noticed that the water tastes really weird here. Like across all Europe, it's kind of like Evian. Everywhere it tastes like Evian. So I don't know if you've ever tried that. Yeah, it's not as good as Aussie water, but that's okay. It's all part of the experience. Also, some of the toilets just don't have toilet seats. So that's really fun. To end on a positive note, one of the best things about Europe is that the people are so friendly. I know like French people get a bad rap for being rude. They're not. If you just try and speak a little bit of French with them, they really appreciate it, and often they'll just take pity on you and start speaking English. But if you really try, honestly, they're really lovely and super friendly. So yeah, they're just some quirks that I've noticed about Europe while I'm here. Stay tuned, because I'm definitely going to do a things that I regret taking, a Contiki tips and tricks video, and whatever else I think of on the way. So if you've got any suggestions, leave them in the comments, and I've got to go get my washing. I'll speak to you later. Bye. All right, Contiki fam, today we are in Barcelona. How creepy is that, bunny? So to start off the morning, we just had a quick little breakfast, and then we went on a little walking tour just around the old Latin Quarter. The architecture in this city is absolutely fascinating. I still can't get over it. We visited some very historical sites. If you've ever been here before and visited, you know the story. How creepy is this skull with a sword in it? And then it was a Sunday, so everything was shut. Of course, this is just my luck on this Contiki, but we found some shops that were actually open. I noticed that the seagulls here are like super massive, which was really scary. But then yeah, I just went and did some exploring by myself, got a little mojito and drank it by the beach. There was some cute bubble blowing in these gardens near this Arc de Triomphe, which is what they call it. And then yeah, you guessed it, even more sightseeing. What can I say? Barcelona is such a beautiful city. I'm just blown away. So next we went for a flamenco performance. It was raining, but it was so worth it. This absolutely blew my mind. Here's me hiding from the rain. So we had some tapas and some sangria, and oh my gosh, I was blown away. I fell in love with this guy. He is so sexy. And then after the performance, we went down to Barceloneta just to get some drinks at the room and chilled for a bit, and then we went next door to Opium, which was pretty cool, but I was super tired, so I bailed early. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye. Hey Contiki fam, so today we arrived in Nice. So first of all, we were all super hungover and exhausted this day. We went out clubbing in Barcelona. It was pretty awesome, but then we had a big journey to get down to Nice. So, sorry, up to Nice? I'm still so confused. We stopped in Arles, which was absolutely beautiful. Many of Vincent van Gogh's works were inspired here. Very beautiful old provincial town. Loved it. Because it was a big traveling day, I thought I would just insert this clip of me giving like a tour of the Contiki bus toilet, and I can show you why it's maybe not the best. And it's only for number ones, never for twos. So I barely fit in here. You can see how cramped it is. So yes, go to the bathroom on your breaks if you can. And then we finally arrived in Nice, and oh my god, it is one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to. I think it's my favourite from the whole trip. I've got a big vlog coming tomorrow of all the stuff that we did. But yeah, I finished the night off with a Biscoff McFlurry. France, stepping it up, dude. Hey Contiki fam, so today we are in Nice, France. So we started the day off with a beautiful bike ride through the city. Oh my god, this has to be like my favorite place ever. I know I keep talking about it, but it is amazing. And the bike ride was really awesome. My chain only broke once. We biked up this hill, which is a good opportunity for me to plug my Instagram. All my travel photos are on there. Please go follow, you know the drill. Once we finished at the top of the hill, we got to race down, which was really, really fun. I just grabbed a cappuccino and did some shopping because tonight we were going to Monaco. So I had to get a nice outfit. Yeah, this place is just absolutely stunning. I can't get over it. So to freshen up beforehand, I got a green tea from McDonald's, which was amazing. And then we drove over into Monaco. It was only 13 kilometers away, which was nice. Saw some beautiful views. It was just absolutely stunning. And we had some pizza, which was just wild. I can't believe this is my life right now, guys. And then to finish the evening, we went to the Monte Carlo casino and it was very glam. Hey Contiki fam, so if you can't tell by my voice, guess who got Contiki cough? Or some variation of it, like everyone else. So today we actually left Nice, which is really sad because it's one of my favourite places. But then we actually went to this like perfume making place and we made our own perfume, which was super fun. And look, I'm not going to lie, today was probably one of the longest travel days. There are a lot of travel days on Contiki, so I'm just warning you right now. Some of them are really, really long. So just our luck, it started pouring down rain as well, and it hasn't stopped. So yeah, we've now arrived in Venice, and it's rain jacket weather. It did not stop raining the entire day. We were already soaked by the time we got on the train. Now, I'm sure Venice is a beautiful place when it's not pouring down rain. I'll show you here. Look at how torrential it was. So anyway, I got amazing photos. Again, go follow me on Instagram. My link is in the bio. I managed to find a real coffee. The coffee in Italy has been amazing. There was a cute little cat in this library, and then I found a dog, and then I found another cat today. We actually got to ride on the gondolas, which was really cute and very intimate, as you can see. And then after this gondola ride, I just got a quick little coffee and a little dessert, and then we were off on a boat cruise over to Burano. Now, Burano is where you find all those multicolored houses, and it is really, really cute and such a peaceful little place. Look at all these fun colors, guys. See, to me, this is what I thought Venice was. Right, look how cute that is. And here's my cute little friend that I made. And then look at this leaning tower, putting Pisa to shame. And then it was time for dinner. I ate most of it before I could film it, so here's the snippets that I got. Trust me, it was delicious. And tonight's our last night in Venice, and then tomorrow we're off to Florence. Bye! Hey Contiki fam, so today we are swapping rainy Venice for rainy Florence. Yeah. Okay, so we hit the road nice and early. We're on our way to Florence via Pisa today. I'm obsessed with these little rest stops. Lots of bread this trip. Also, if you ever make it to Europe, you need to try pocket coffees. They are the best. Anyway, we made it to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It was so crowded. This is the picture I got. I thought I nailed it. Go follow me on Instagram. And then we made it to Florence, and this is our hotel. It's funky. Has a bit of charm to it. And then once we dropped our bags off, we just got ready to go out for dinner. This is what I wore. I thought I looked pretty cute. Florence is beautiful, by the way. I saw this nightclub, which cracked me up. And then look at this. The rain again. What is happening, guys? Anyway, so we went to the restaurant and the food was absolutely amazing. We had lots of wine. Here's some little snippets of what we ate. Loved the pasta. Yep, all the pasta. And we even had steak as well. Oh my gosh. Food heaven, seriously. And this tiramisu. And then once dinner was over, we just walked down the street to the Red Garter, which is like a karaoke bar. It's pretty fun. But as you can tell, I have the Contiki cough and I was just ready for bed. But yeah, good times, good times. Alright Contiki fam, let's get this vlog started. So today we left our accommodation in Florence, but we actually got to explore Florence today, which was really nice. We started off the day with this like leather workshop kind of thing. It was really cool. And then we had free time to sort of explore the city on our own. People are not joking when they talk about how beautiful Florence is. I can't get over it. It is absolutely stunning. Now, I'll tell you this, the buildings in Florence will make you feel so small and insignificant. The history in this region is just so beautiful. I ended up going for a walk over the river to the top of this lookout, and oh my, okay, well, first of all, I nearly died from it, but how beautiful is this city from up here? Oh, so good. Then I got a quick lunch and then walked back to the coach so then we could start our trip to Rome, and we finally arrived and we brought the rain with us. Don't even get me started. First of all, how huge is the Trevi Fountain? I could not believe it. I chucked my coins in, so wish me luck with that. And then we just went on a bit of a walking tour just to sort of see some sights in the centre of town, which was good. Knocked a few off the to-do list. Then we went to this little hole-in-the-wall restaurant and got some cacio e pepe, and it was delicious and exactly what I needed. And then we went here to the Frigidarium and got gelato. It was amazing. Don't ask me what I got because I was too flustered, but they either give you whipped cream or dip it in chocolate, which is pretty cool. And then it was time to start a new day, so we kick-started our day by catching the metro into town, which was scary, fun, no pickpockets, which was good. And we started off at the Vatican, St. Paul's, whatever it's called. I didn't stay to see the Pope though. I kind of wanted to leg it and go and do my own thing. So I literally just like walked half of the city today. So exhausted, but I can't believe how beautiful these like ancient ruins are. It's crazy. Of course, I had to stop for a coffee and some gelato and then kept on walking. Like, look at how massive these buildings are, guys. And we finished the day by doing a walking tour through the Colosseum, caught this super packed metro. It was awful. And then I just got pizza and decided to call it a day. Nice. Alright guys, so today we are saying farewell to Italy and hello to Greece. So we left Rome this morning and we went to Pompeii. Oh, and you best believe it rained because of course it would on my Contiki. There was some beautiful artworks, mosaics, buildings, and of course the famous cast. So here was a horse, we've got some children and their parents. There was even a pregnant lady. Oh my gosh, it was harrowing. And a couple of you messaged me asking about like the bus. So I thought I'd do like a little tour here. You've got a little basket to put your stuff in. You've got a little tray that holds a drink. And then the best part of all is that you've got USB ports so you can charge your devices, which is perfect. I charge my power bank here and just leave it in the top. It's great. So hopefully that eases some of your anxiety about the bus. And look, just how like the sun came out before we boarded the overnight ferry. Now, I do not do well on ferries, and this cabin was compact, but the dinner was amazing. And then I literally just went straight to bed and woke up the next day and I had the worst sea legs ever. So I went out onto the deck just to try and like compose myself, and then we made it to Greece. Yay! Now on our way to Athens, we actually stopped off at the Corinth Canal. We just got a quick bite to eat and some photo ops, and then it was only a really short drive until we actually got into Athens itself. Now tomorrow we actually depart for Egypt, so we actually had to pack our Egypt gear tonight and then leave our suitcases on the bus. Then we hopped back on the bus. Look at this lady, she had cats in her lap. We actually went up on a guided tour to see the Parthenon on the Acropolis. This building is amazing. The camera doesn't even do it justice. Make sure you go like my photos on Instagram. I think I got some really nice ones. And then I've just done a little turn around here of like overlooking the city of Greece. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful, beautiful place. Something about the energy up there, it's just very calming. And then it was time to head back to the accommodation, but we had a quick stop at the Olympic Stadium that they built in 1896, I believe. And then of course it was time for a Euros and bed. Good night. Alright guys, today we are heading to Egypt. So this morning I just had to quickly do some washing before we headed off because we had to take one oversized duffel for the whole 7 days that we're there, and lots of money. That was a cute laundromat that I found, by the way, if you're in and around that area. And then we went to the airport and checked in. Of course I got Starbucks straight away because it's like the only thing keeping me alive over here. And then it was time to board our plane to Egypt, and honestly this was quite luxe compared to some flights I've had in Australia. It was really, really great views and pretty smooth, and before I knew it we had landed in Egypt. Look at that scenery change. Okay, so we pretty much jumped straight off the plane and onto a bus to go on the River Nile for a little bit of a cruise dinner party thing. It was pretty cool, pretty out there. The food was amazing. And then I went upstairs and got some fresh air and these lovely views of the Nile River. And then we got to our hotel, which was a resort, and it was amazing. Alright, bye! I actually climbed inside a pyramid today, guys. Oh my god! So this is day one in Cairo. First things first, because it was such a massive day, we stocked up on a big breakfast, loaded up our gear in the coach, and it was time to go start exploring. So first on the list was the famous pyramids of Giza. So I actually ended up climbing inside the Great Pyramid. Oh my god, I can't even believe I did this. It was insane. It was so hot, but such a cool experience. Then we just did the touristy thing, took lots of photos and videos, saw the Sphinx, fascinating of course, and then we're off to the Egyptian Museum, and it was just amazing of course. We saw Tutankhamun's golden mask, but I couldn't film it for you, so you'll just have to come visit yourself. And then we were off for a bit of a late lunch, which is why we stocked up on breakfast. And then we went to a papyrus making like workshop shop. It was really, really cool, quite fascinating. I don't think I knew how they made papyrus, but we got a little demonstration.
I think I thought I knew how papyrus was made, but it was just really, really fascinating. And then after this, we quickly went to a supermarket to grab some snacks for our overnight train ride to Aswan tonight. So sad to be saying goodbye to Cairo, but this itinerary is jam-packed, so we had to go. I just got a little tea for my throat because I have Contiki cough, if you couldn't tell. Anyway, these are our sleeping quarters for the night. Look, I've seen worse, it's part of the experience. We had a quick little dinner before the conductor came around and set up our beds, and we just did a little bit of exploring, but honestly, I was so exhausted after today, I kind of just wanted to go home to bed. Good night. Would you believe I'm in Egypt right now? So last night we had an overnight train from Cairo to Aswan, and we survived that, which was great. It really honestly wasn't that bad. And then we made our way to our hotel, which was like luxurious, let me show you. We had this amazing pool, and we actually had free time to just chill out for a bit, which I think we all kind of needed. So lots of baking in the sun, listening to music. It was just, yeah, beautiful. And then it was time for a quick lunch before we headed out for the day. We had a little bit on this arvo. So then it was time to hop back on the bus after our lovely afternoon relaxing. Could have done that forever. And we stopped off at a jewellery store, and we also stopped off at a perfumery. It was super, super interesting, but honestly, I think we were all just like really tired from the sun. But later this evening, we had like a little cruise on the Nile in a felucca. Here's me having a main character moment. And coming from like rainy Italy, the weather here is just obviously so beautiful. Here's me touching the Sahara Desert. We took some photos. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram and like. Thank you. How cute's our Contiki group? And then on our way back to the hotel, we actually stopped off at the markets, and this was intense. There was just so much going on. I think we were all like pretty overwhelmed and just wanted to go home to bed, so yeah, thankfully we did. Alright, who's ready to see the tomb of Tutankhamun? We've got a couple of days smushed together here. We had a really early start this morning. We drove to Abu Simbel. This early morning sunrise, it was kind of worth it, but not really. They gave us a little breakfast box. This was what was in it. And then here we have it. It was pretty bloody magical seeing this. If you don't know the history around Abu Simbel, I reckon you should go Google it, because it's pretty intense. Anyway, that was amazing, but then it was a big travel day back to Luxor. We got to see the Luxor temple, which was absolutely amazing, but still not the biggest temple we're going to see in this vlog, so prepare yourself. Anyway, it was definitely time for bed. We were all exhausted after an early morning start, and then it was another day and another early morning start. We got to see some really cool sights before we headed to the Valley of the Kings. And wow, this place is pretty unreal. So I'm sure you've all heard about it, but we walked into some of the pharaoh's tombs, and here's the tomb of Tutankhamun. It was pretty fascinating, and yeah, his mummy was still in there, by the way. So yeah, if you want to see a dead guy, there you go. And then we went and saw Queen Hatshepsut's temple, which was also bloody fascinating and just huge. But I'm telling you guys, the weather today was like extremely hot. It was the hottest day I think so far in Egypt. We got a cheeky Macca's that I didn't really want, but it did taste good. And then here we are at Karnak Temple, the biggest temple in Egypt, I believe. Pretty fascinating, but honestly, it was just too hot. We had to go. And then it was a, I don't even know how many hours long drive to our beach resort in Hurghada. And I'm telling you, we all really, really needed this. It was kind of like our reset point. My final Egypt vlog's tomorrow, bye! It's our last day in Egypt, so let's get this vlog started. Just went down and had a quick breakfast this morning, nothing too major. Then we had to say goodbye to our beautiful resort. Honestly, I could have stayed here for a million more days. And then for our last day, we just went out on a sailboat and did some snorkeling and swimming. It was the most amazing day. Look at how blue the water was. It looks like jelly. As per usual, all the photos are on Instagram. Make sure you go follow and like. Yeah, it was super fun watching everyone else enjoy the water. I wish I could, but I'm sick at the moment, so I didn't want to disturb my eardrums anymore. The food was absolutely amazing too. And unfortunately, we had to head back to Cairo, and I think it was like a 6-hour bus drive. Oh my gosh. We just stopped and got some snacks before we kicked off. As sad as it is to say goodbye to Egypt, I'm also pretty grateful. Like, there's pros and cons. I'll do a review at the end of my trip. Just some things that I thought about the whole Egypt experience, but very, very grateful that I got to tick it off the list. Anyway, so we're now at today. We're leaving Egypt. Look at all these amazing lollies and chocolates. Oh, I could stay in there forever in duty free. I'm not even kidding, this was the worst plane trip of my life. I was so sick. And I tried to zoom in, but I don't know if you can see, the pyramids are just down there. Anyway, this flight had so much turbulence. I felt so nauseous. It was awful. I literally could not wait to get off the plane. Anyway, we're finally back in Athens, and tonight we were meant to have this like Greek dinner thing, but I actually had to just say no. I couldn't do it. I decided to stop home and just chill out. I did some washing, got some fresh air. It was really, really nice, and I really needed it. Came back to my favorite laundromat, got a Euros, and it was delicious. Look at the size of it. And then just came home, and now I'm under the aircon in my bed editing this vlog. Good night. Guys, we've officially crossed from Greece into Turkey. We kicked off from Athens first thing this morning, and we stopped off at the battlefield of Thermopylae. This is where that historic battle between the 300 Spartans and all the Persians took place. Very surreal to say that I've been there. Then we just had a quick little service break. There's Mount Olympus in the background. And it was a big driving day, so we had another stop, and I got a freshly squeezed orange juice. Oh, it was amazing. Anyway, we checked into our hotel in Kavala. Oh my god, and they had a Zara, so of course I went shopping. I grabbed a quick salad for dinner. I just walked around. It was so beautiful. It reminded me of Nice in France. I thought it was so cool. They had an aqueduct still intact there. I think it was from the 15th century. Anyway, I got an ice cream, went home to bed, and then we were off again. I tell you what, Contiki is go, 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 guys. And we officially crossed into Turkey, which is so cool. I've done 9 countries on this trip. Can you believe it? And it was back on the bus, and we went to the ancient city of Troy. Some pretty fascinating history here. As you can see, it's looking a little worse for wear, but I mean, there's literally 9 cities built on top of each other. It's unreal. Then we finally checked into another hotel, and it was really, really nice here. Had a great pool. There's a beach nearby. Met a little kitty friend, and we just had a quick dinner, and honestly it's time for bed, so good night. Bye. Alright, Contiki fam, here's my vlog for Turkey. So I started off this morning with a little meditation session, then it was bags to coach and on our way to Istanbul. Now we stopped in at Gallipoli on the way. It was very, very sobering. We caught the ferry over and we started in Anzac Cove, and it was just, yeah, heartbreaking, sad, reflective. It was just super sad to reflect on like how many people's lives were lost for such an unnecessary cause. And I'm very honoured to say that I've been able to be here and pay my respects. So after we left Gallipoli, we made our way to Istanbul. We pretty much broke this Burger King. We all ordered it once. It was chaos. And then we arrived to Istanbul, which was even more chaotic. This was the view from my hotel room. Very nice, as you can tell. Just had a quick dinner, and then I went off for a little wander down by the water. It was beautiful. And then it was the next day, French fries breakfast, because Europe doesn't surprise me anymore. We started the day with a little guided walking tour. We entered this mosque. It was beautiful. And then we pretty much just had some free time to ourselves. So I went home and had a nap. Foreshadowing, I was very, very sick. And after my nap, I just went and did some exploring around the spice market. It was quite unreal. And then after that, we just got ready and we went over to the more modern side of Istanbul. We went to like a traditional Turkish evening, belly dancing, kind of thing. It was really, really fun. And then we had a free day the next day in Turkey, and I was sick with a migraine in bed all day. So I will just see you in the next vlog. Alright guys, 2 countries, 1 vlog, let's do this. So this morning it was time to say goodbye to Istanbul. If you remember from my last vlog, I was actually sick with a migraine the day before, so I was feeling a little bit crusty. But anyway, today we are crossing the border into Bulgaria, which is like, just so wild to say. These windy roads gave me the worst motion sickness ever. Don't want to talk about it. We stayed the night in this coastal town called Burgos, and we went to this little restaurant and had some dinner. It was absolutely amazing. Here's my Instagram, you know the drill, go like, follow, all the fun stuff. And then after dinner, we just went for a little stroll down to the bay. It was a little bit gloomy, as you can tell, but it was still nice to stretch the legs. And then, can you believe it? It's goodbye Bulgaria and hello Romania. So again, more windy paths, don't want to talk about it. And here we are finally crossing over into Romania. So we stopped at Bucharest tonight, and it was just absolutely stunning, like just so beautiful. Romania is, to be honest. And we just went and had a quick stroll, had some dinner, did some sightseeing, and then it was time for bed. Can you believe there's only 10 days left of my Contiki? I'm devastated, guys. So today we are traveling from Romania into Hungary. So in today's itinerary, we stopped off at Dracula's castle. I saw cereal in a bag for the first time. Had a couple of breaks before pushing through to our last day in Romania. There's this beautiful town called Cluj, and I took myself out on a dinner date, which is very delicious. Here are the Instagram photos that I took for that day. Make sure you go and like and follow, you know the drill. And then it was the next day already, so we packed up nice and early and we headed off to Hungary. Now we got stopped at the border for 2 hours. It was actually excruciating. But we finally made it to Budapest and this city is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to show you all the photos I've taken. We had a little like river cruise dinner night and a spider to keep us company for dinner. And then everyone else went out to party and I went to bed. Right, Contiki fam, 2 countries, 1 vlog. So I started off this morning in Budapest. We finally got to explore. What can I say? This city is just so beautiful. We started off with a little walking tour just around the centre of the town, and after the walking tour I had to do some laundry, so I broke off from the group and just got that done. And then I jotted down on my map where I wanted to go and I went exploring. I found this little vintage store, it was amazing. And then I went to climb this massive hill. Oh my gosh, it nearly destroyed me, but look how good these views of the city are. Unmatched, seriously. And then I walked off and I went up another hill, but this view wasn't as good, even though everyone said that it was. And then I went and got some dinner, and then now it's the next day, and we are leaving Budapest and heading for Austria. So goodbye Budapest, it was fun. Anyway, we stopped off at this servo, and look at this amazing food. I was in heaven. And then before we knew it, we were in Austria. Look at this scenery. Yes, it is just as stunning as you'd imagine. So tonight we just went to a farm outside of the city. Look at how stunning these views are of the Alps in the background. Had a beautiful dinner followed by lots of schnapps tasting. Yes, there are going to be some sore heads tomorrow. And then once we'd drunk lots of schnapps and had a lot of fun, it was time to head off back to the hostel, and we had a little bus party on the way back. Good times. Yeah, what is my new obsession with jumping off cliffs, I swear. So starting off this Contiki vlog in Salzburg. Now this is where parts of Sound of Music were filmed, and oh my god, it is such a gorgeous place. We actually dropped our bags off to coach first and then did a little walking tour. And then after the walking tour we got some free time to just sort of stroll around the city. And it was really, really nice. I just went and got a quick little breakfast and then I hiked up this freaking massive hill to this fortress. Oh my god, the view was great, but I smashed my head when I was up there. Oh my god, I felt so sick. These were some of the Instagram photos that I took. Make sure you go follow and like. So from Salzburg, we were going up into the Austrian Tyrol and I was really sick. I think I might have had a mild concussion, I'm not sure. And then we got to our Contiki special stay. And of course we had to start the night off with some schnapps. So we started off with sour apple schnapps and then went and had some dinner. But I was feeling so dizzy and nauseous, it was bad. So I had an early one to rest, and lucky I did because we started the morning off with a 20-kilometer bike ride. Found this cute little cat on the way. I mean, I can't even be mad. The views were worth it, and going down the big hills was really, really fun. Of course, I had to make a wish. And then once we'd finished the bike ride, it was actually time to get ready to go paragliding. Oh my god, I've been looking forward to this whole trip. Here we are driving up to the mountain. Very exciting. Yes, we are jumping off of that big hill up there. You can see some of the other Contiki guys coming down now. We were literally just jumping off the side of a hill where there were like cows eating grass and stuff. I wish I could have filmed it for you, but there's photos on my Instagram instead. But I completed the jump. Make sure you go like, follow. I think it turned out pretty well. And if I didn't mention already, it's been raining the whole day. Would it be one of my vlogs without rain? Good night, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, Contiki fam, today we're leaving Austria and heading to Germany. We're kicking off this morning with a quick little breakfast, then it was bags to coach and on our way to Munich. Check out the scenery. How cool are these hills and rivers, which we actually went whitewater rafting down. Fortunately, I couldn't get any footage of me actually doing the rafting, but you'll see it in an Instagram post. Anyway, we arrived into Munich, and no rest for the wicked, it was straight into a bike ride, and this was probably one of the highlights of my trip, honestly. Munich is so beautiful, and it just has like a vibe. You get it, you get it. Anyway, we just continued to cycle around a bit more. I was having a bit of a main character moment. We rode through this field and it was just so cute. And then we made a little pit stop at a beer garden. Now, this was like so overwhelming, but pretty cool. So basically you just grab a tray and you get whatever you want and then you pay for it. I was pretty boring and basic. Here are some pictures that I posted on Instagram. Go like and follow, you know the drill. Oh, and while we were out riding, there was actually a little place where people can surf. How random is that? Anyway, I won a little frisbee at the end. Don't ask what for. We saw some sights and it was time for bed. Alright, Contiki fam, today we are leaving Munich and heading to Prague. Now on the way we actually stopped off at the Dachau Memorial Site. This was one of the first concentration camps for Nazi Germany and it was just harrowing. It was a very reflective morning, that's for sure. And then we made our way onto Prague. Now we pretty much dropped our stuff off and went straight into the city. Look at all this rubbish everywhere. Apparently there was a soccer game or something. I don't know. It was pretty foul. And then we went on this like walking tour thing around the city. It was pretty cool actually. We saw a beaver that turned out to not be a beaver. It was a water rat. Anyway, here's some photos on my Instagram that I took. And we went and had some beer, of course. I actually ended up drinking the whole thing, which is wild for me because I'm not a drinker. We went around and saw some more sights. And then we got some chimney cake. And then of course it's Contiki. There were drinks to be sculled. And we went to this little like underground bar thing, which was really, really cool actually. And then next day we started off the morning going up to, oh, I don't know the name of it, this big castle on the hill. It was really cool, but like touristy as hell, of course. But look at this stunning view overlooking Prague. And then we pretty much had free time for like 6 hours during the day. So me and my friend Ange just went and got some lunch, and then I went off and did my own thing and saw a few sights. And of course I had to go do some shopping. I did a little mini beauty haul as well, so make sure you go check that out. And they went to a very special museum. And then later that evening we had a little add-on where it was like a traditional Czech dinner evening night. Here's some little snippets of what the food was like. Nothing too crazy, but whatever, it was still fun. There was lots of music, dancing, and more drink sculling, of course. And then I was absolutely wrecked, so it was time to go home and go to bed. Right, guys, this is my second last Contiki vlog. I'm like sad but glad, but we won't go there just yet. So today we're actually heading to Berlin. So we left Prague this morning, had a little stopover in a place called Dresden. So I'd never really heard of Dresden, but it was actually amazing. First stop, had to go pick up some of these amazing cookies. And then for lunch we just went to this ramen bar and it was totally delicious, and it was finally on our way to Berlin. Now when we arrived we actually went straight to the East Side Gallery to see like the graffitied Berlin Mall. Super interesting. We did a quick little tour around the city as well. And we finally got to our accommodation, had some dinner, and then I just went for a bit of a stroll by myself. Managed to take a few pictures. Here we go. You know the drill, like and follow. And then it was back home to bed because I knew I was going to have a massive day the next day. Also there was like a Mr. World competition happening downstairs. I don't know what the hell that was. But anyway, today we had like a 3-hour walking tour around Berlin. It was so intense, but really so worth it. We saw all the major sites and even some other sites that I hadn't heard of before. Jewish Memorial was the most heartbreaking. And then we had free time in the afternoon, so I just had a coffee and sat down for ages, I'm not gonna lie. And then that evening we had this like alternative walking tour. Stopped in at this deli and we all got a free drink, which was nice. And then for dinner we went to this Moroccan restaurant and it was actually really, really nice. But I was so exhausted and all I wanted to do was go back home and sleep, and that's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm devastated, guys. This is my last Contiki vlog. So this morning we are leaving Berlin for Amsterdam. The weather was super beautiful on our way out, and as excited as I was for Amsterdam, it was definitely a bit sad this was our last travelling day altogether. So we checked into our hostel, which was really, really nice. So we started with a quick little dinner, and then a few of us headed into town for one of our free time add-ons, which was this big swing at the top of this building. This one was super cute, gave you a really nice view of the city. We took this super trippy elevator on the way up. It was kind of disorientating. And here's the view. I also took a few photos for Instagram, so you know the drill, go follow and like. But anyway, once we were done with the swing, I just decided to go and take the ferry across by myself into the town and just have a little bit of a look around. And what can I say, Amsterdam is very beautiful and very chill. Let me tell you, there is a fragrance in the air. Anyway, I ended up taking the train back home, and then it was the next day, and this was our full day in Amsterdam. So lots of walking around. I got a quick little coffee, which was probably one of the best that I've had this whole time, and a green smoothie. I ended up grabbing a couple of hand sanitizers from Bath & Body Works and just kept looking around. I found this cool little market, and then I may or may not have accidentally slipped and fell into a coffee shop. So do with that information what you will. It was time for our last evening as a group together. We filmed this little TikTok. Oh my god, it's starting to kind of hit now. We headed into the center of town again and we ate in the like Amsterdam Central Station. It was a very cute last evening together, but honestly I think we were all just so drained and exhausted. We finished off with a canal cruise. How beautiful are these sights? And I mean, what can I say? The last 45 days have been the most amazing experience of my life. I met so many amazing people. I think I found myself again.